Hello and welcome. Today we have with us Union Minister Mr. Hardeep Singh Puri. He's in the Modi government, and more importantly, he's also becoming a prominent face in the campaign. He's been reaching out to people, talking about the issues, talking about the BJP manifesto, and also taking on the opposition. So today we have him with us. Mr. Puri, welcome to NewsX. And I want to begin by asking, which has now almost become a ritual with us, your predictions for the poll. We had you on 2019, I must say, admit that you were right on that. Where do you see the figures coming now?
First of all, Priyaji, thank you very much for having me on your show. It's kind of you to acknowledge that when we spoke in 2019, and at that stage, perhaps you also opened with the same question, which is normal when you are just a few days away from the final polling. I mean, the sixth phase is day after tomorrow, and the seventh phase is, less than a week after that. That's an understandable question. My prediction in 2019 was against the background of a large number of people saying that we were going to lose numbers from 2014. And I want to remind you that even in 2014, I'd got the prediction right. And I'm on record several places. 2019, I was bang on target. I'd said over 300, and we got 303.
That we have the record.
Yeah, you have the record. Let me say this time, I'm not saying it. A lot of people who know a little bit about the dynamics of electoral politics, who understand overall trends, different seats on the ground, there may be variations. But three things stand out. One is there is a pro-incumbency because of the development work which the government has done. In 2019, I was able to predict the exact number because we had done an exercise as to the total number of beneficiaries of all the central government schemes. And we came to the conclusion that the beneficiaries were 22 crore. And Priya, the number of votes we got was 22 crore 90 lakhs. So that was the basis. This time, I've done an analysis all on my own. Last time we had a group of ministers. This time it was not necessary. All the central schemes which started off in June 2015 are now have borne results. They are incomplete. Some of them are in Rev 2.0, like Swachh Bharat and Amrut with the provisioning of 4,71,000 crores. So I have done a count and said, we have now, if you avoid all the duplication, like 80 crore people get 3 meals of dry ration in a day. 50 crore people are beneficiaries of Ayushman Bharat. One person can be a beneficiary of several schemes. Our beneficiaries now are in excess of 33 crores. From 22 crores, it's gone up to 33 crores. Okay? The electorate has increased from 2019 figures by 8 or 9 crores. And yet you got the same voter turnout or slightly better in some phases, a little dip, but overall better. Okay?
I'm going to ask you on that later.
I'm just coming to my conclusion. I'm sorry for the long-winded reply.
No.
According to me, if you get 10% more, we're at 330. If we get 15% more, we're at 345. So anything between 330 and 345.
This is just the BJP, not
Just
NDA.
the BJP. No. Just the BJP.
So you're not losing any seats.
Where are we losing? So I'll tell you where.
You know the argument. You've peaked in the states in the north.
No, I traveled extensively.
That's why I thought I'll chat with you.
We are gaining in West Bengal quite a bit.
I know arguments.
We are gaining in Telangana and Andhra. Okay. We're going to gain some in Tamil Nadu and Kerala, but very small. Okay. There's going to be a massive increase in the number of votes. How much it gets translated into seats, I don't know. We are going to gain in UP. We are going to gain in Orissa. We are going to gain in Punjab. Now, that's what is going to surprise you. Why? Yeah. Because we used to only contest 3 seats and we got 2. Now we're contesting 13 and we may end up with 5 or 6. This is just a day. We're going to lose some also, but these are the gains.
Okay, because you know what the opposition is saying, that you've peaked in Rajasthan, Chhattisgarh, Madhya Pradesh, at least these states. Even in UP, the opposition, Samajwadi Party and the India bloc is very hopeful, especially in the first election, the first 2 rounds in Western UP. They feel that they may gain over there.
Can I?
And the low voter turnout, has that worked in here?
No. Voter turnout is really not low. This is the point I want to tell you. Is what happened is if you increase the total number of increase in votes is about 9 crore.
Yeah.
Divide that by 543 or so. It comes to an increase in votes in every constituency of 1 or 1.5 lakhs. So if there's a 1 and 1.5 lakh vote, so you've got X number of votes, now you've got X plus Y. So the percentage doesn't show it, but actually the number of voters who've come out is more. But in most cases now, if you look at that, there was a slight dip there, then even now it's increasing. So when you do the 7 phases complete, we'll have 1/6 phase now, you will see that the voter turnout is actually very impressive, number one. Number two, in UP, Samajwadi, there was an incident when there was bedlam in a rally addressed by Rahul Gandhi and Akhilesh Phulpur. You know what happened? All these guys, these were rent-a-crowd company people, rent-a-crowd, like rent-a-car, rent-a-crowd. So those guys had been promised money. When they didn't get the money, they started coming on the stage. So you're dealing with this kind of a phenomenon. Secondly, and I think this is far more important, somewhere down the line, people are forgetting my point about 33 crore beneficiaries, might find about the women voters. Yes. And the women voters, I can tell you, I have now been traveling extensively, but even in a place like Delhi, I went with my colleagues to have dinner somewhere. Unannounced, nothing. Whilst we were getting into the lift, a lady turns around and says, "Sir, I'm from Coimbatore. You came there and we are voting BJP." Out of nowhere, second person says, "We met at such and such. We are all voting BJP." Unprovoked. I'm coming back after the dinner. Somebody comes running up to the lift. "Are you who I think you are?" So I said, "I'm sure." And then he said, "Who are you?" And she said, "I'm a doctor in Gangaram Hospital." And she said, "All the people on our table, I wanted to sell you." It's a girls' night out. So I think the fact that you've gone from women-centered development to women-led development has made a deep impact somewhere. And quite apart from the positive impact on the GDP, I think in these elections, you're looking at a figure of well over 300.
A lot of it is going to come from the women vote.
Some of it is going to come from women because, BJP has a core vote. I think in Delhi, for instance, why I didn't take Delhi up, Kejriwal.
मैं wait कर ही रही थी. I was going to come to
मैंने
that.
आपको
I heard
बुला
all your
लिया.
press conferences.
Assault gate. Let me tell you something very interesting. Kejriwal has had his press conference. Victim, democracy has been put into jail. We will run democracy from there. Yeah, people are not stupid. You are answering charges of a scam, Liquorgate. And now you've got assault gate on top of you. Delhi, we had 7 seats, but how did we have the 7? Priyaji, in each of those, we got more than 54-55% of the vote, some even higher. And if there was a Congress and Aam Aadmi Party understanding, the leader thinks there is understanding, but I'm telling you what happened on the ground. Arvinder Singh Lovely, who was the head of the Congress outfit in Delhi, left and joined the BJP. Rahul Gandhi is still talking about putting his vote on the Jhadu button. But see what is happening on the ground. I just did an analysis of these Aam Aadmi Party events. There weren't any even, their cadres were not there. So there's a hype there. May I suggest to you that what we are witnessing, this is my submission, we are playing mind games. When an opposition bereft of ideas and bereft of issues with which we can be flogged. Look, in 10 years of governance, there are many things you do right, some you don't get right. They're not even raising those issues. They're just going and saying, "My caste census kara dunga." Today, he's put his big foot into his mouth again. He's talked about something fascinating, that Soren didn't get bail because he's a Dalit. Now, he's saying something very interesting. "मैं caste census कराऊंगा, मैं X-ray कराऊंगा, खटाखट मैं distribution कर दूंगा." And today he's saying, "I have been through everywhere, in all my father's house, grandmother's house and all." On whose behalf is he speaking? This is precisely the kind of thing we have picked up and said, "Here you come." पहले शुरू हो गया था, क्या नाम है, that actor in Mumbai के नाचने वाली है, कभी कुछ कह देता है, कभी कुछ कह देता है. So I think he's lost it. And Kejriwal and he together make a potent couple. But plus, Mamta's cancellation of the OBC certification from 2010.
No, see, but I take what you're saying, but there is also a feeling on ground that this time it is the opposition that is leading the narrative. They talk about the caste census, you react. They talk about the fact that the BJP is going to take is against minorities. You are reacting. So there is a whole narrative that is started from the BJP is going to change the constitution. Sorry, that was the question. The constitution debate went on and on because they lobbed it on your court and you picked it up and you.
No, we lobbed it and we lobbed the ball out. Let me go by the reservation bit. First of all, our narrative is anchored in the figures for development, Vikas ke aankade, okay? That let me come back. We say we built, so much metro line, 4 crore homes, we'll build you another 3 crores, we'll do this, 50 crore people have got Ayushman Bharat, you haven't imposed it. Yes. When the other side starts a narrative and you see merit in that narrative, there is no harm in playing ball with that narrative. In fact, we've taken the Arakshan narrative and we've produced a brilliant response. And that ball's been hit out. First of all, we proved that we never said that we were going to take the SC/ST reservation and change it. Prime Minister made a statement, Mohan Bhagwatji made a statement. What happened after that? The issue went away for a while, but then this guy comes and makes another self-goal. And today, the West Bengal action, the 2010 listing, what is the whole Pitroda, Jairam Ramesh, Rahul Gandhi Incorporated Limited Liability Company, which is doing this self-goal? They want to say that minorities are their vote bank, therefore, Manmohan Singh says they have the first right on the resources. And then they turn around and make statements, you create wealth, no problem, I will redistribute it. Then you come to the reservation. So I think they have got hemmed in by their own contradictions. And I think we played it very well. Now, reservation, amendment of constitution. Let's go to amendment of constitution. I put out, slightly humorous tweets. Constitution has been amended how many times? 80 times. Who has amended it? Congress party. When you come to democracy, democracy is in danger, democracy is in danger. Kejriwal talks about democracy being locked up in Tihar jail. Arey bhai, democracy has been in danger really once. In June 1975, when your best friends, jinke gale lag rahe ho, they declared an emergency. All right? So that is Congress party, and now you are their best friend. Then what is another defining feature of democracy? Article 356. It has been used 100 times. One of their prime ministers, Indira ji, used it 50 times herself. Have we ever amended the constitution in Modi's 10 years or in Vajpayee ji's time? Have we ever used 356? So I think to the extent that you are dealing with the X world or the Twitter world, which is capable of producing a storm in a teacup or etc. Yes, they are setting the narrative, but that appeared to be the case, but we've got the better of them on the reservation thing. They are on the back foot. And look, another 6-7 days are left. I give you a guarantee. This is not Modi's guarantee. This is my guarantee. In the next 6-7 days, he'll commit 2-3 more gaffes. Like he's done today on Soren's caste. He said कि उसको bail इसलिए नहीं मिली because वो दलित है. So whom is he attacking? Then he's talking about his own experience. मैं जानता हूँ, अंदर से जानता हूँ. I've lived in my mother's house, my grandmother's house, my so-and-so, my father's house. Sara, the system is up against those people. Look at the kind of things he's saying. That's why this getting no resonance.
See, the point that you made that have we done anything, any amendments to the constitution, the Congress is asking you the same question, saying you keep repeating Manmohan Singh's statement to us. But we were in power after that for 6 years or 8 years, the Congress, UPA was in power. Did the Congress make any change in the, in terms of giving first right to Muslims or whatever? So the Congress is saying that why are you taking one statement?
No, that's a very valid
what you are saying, wo kar rahe hain.
No, that's a valid point to make. But you'd already made your amendments. If you want to give the first right on the resources of the state to the Muslim community, you don't need to make an amendment to the constitution. You made an amendment to the constitution 80 times. Look at where you made it. You made it on bringing in the word secularism, the word socialism. If you want to give a distinct today, what does their Congress manifesto says? I'm one of the few people who's pointing it out to. It talks about preference in the case of contracts. Contracts. Have you ever heard of this? That if I float a tender in some ministry which I am dealing with, let's say petroleum and natural gas, उसमें एक preference होगी contract में कि if you are from a particular minority community, you should get it. If this is not it, amendment, it's in your manifesto. You haven't been in power. If you are now, what you saying, if I come to power, now this is the kind of delusional make-believe world, cuckoo land that they live in. He says, now watch it. हम जब सत्ता में आएंगे तो 1 लाख रुपया हर एक परिवार को देंगे. कितने परिवार है? I go by my gas connections. It's saying कितने 32 लाख परिवार है उसके आसपास. My dear friend Priya ji, what is the total revenue budget of the country? 35 lakh crore. So this young man, right? I wish when they were in power, they had inducted him into the government, he would have learned something. They are going to give 32 lakh crores to just on this scheme. What about all these other schemes put together? We'll get 3 lakh crores. All the other thing. Forget about our free ration, this, that, and the other. You come in, you're going to take the benefits of the poor away. Point I'm making is, when they make this point, they don't realize that on our side, we've got people who can turn the tables on you. Look at this statement that they've been on Maliwal. Okay? They made a fool of themselves because they have put it into their manifesto. And then Chidambaram, another friend of yours, or friend of mine, he was my minister, yeah. Okay. He gets up and writes an article. None of this is in the manifesto. I'll show you where it is in the manifesto. It's very much there in the manifesto. Even on contracts. Contract is a commercial contract. Contract is supposed to be between Priya, the bidder, and Navika, the bidder, or somebody else. The fact that you are a Brahmin or a Hindu or a Muslim should not be part of the consideration.
But see, are you a little surprised at the way the India alliance has got itself together? You know, we were talking earlier when they were being formed, and you know everybody was saying egos and they will never be together. They
are not together.
But they've got the seat sharing right.
No,
Congress has taken it's not the big brother.
Let me tell you, madam, any alliance, this India or Ghamandia alliance or anyone else, has a much better chance of success if they start with one thing called a common minimum program, number one. And the second is seat sharing. Look at the frivolous nature. I'm choosing my words careful. In Delhi, Congress and Aam Aadmi Party are within the band. In Punjab, they are not. But the result of which is that even in Delhi, Congress cannot, one of the statements which Mr. Arvinder Singh Lovely made when he came across and joined the BJP was that I can't associate with and work with a group that has been giving us gali for the next 10 years. In fact, when Aam Aadmi Party was formed in 2013, it was an Andolan against corruption, an Andolan against the Congress Party. Today they are together. In Punjab, there was a gentleman who was chief minister for a short period of time, Channi. He is giving gali to them. So there is no meeting of the mind. Mamta ji first said she will be supporting Indi from outside, knowing it doesn't matter because Indi is not coming into, Ghamandia is not coming into power. Rahul Gandhi is on his own trip, Kejriwal is on his own trip, and please let me know who the other leaders are and where the gravitas for the numbers will come from. So, my prediction...
UP and Tejasvi, let's not forget the Yadav duo. I think Tejasvi is doing well in Bihar. Akhilesh, if the alliance will get any seats, I think Akhilesh
I'll tell you, I make a prediction to you now and play it in 2024. I don't know where I will be. But 2029, if I'm in retirement somewhere, let me ask you. I'm making a prediction. Of the number of seats we have in UP is what, 62 or so?
62.
60?
62.
62. We will get at least 6 or 8 more. At least in UP. By ourselves. You have to go to UP and go around there. Yes, there are some areas where there looks to be activity. Phulpur is a case in point. There are some areas where they seem to be, saying, etc. But overall, out of the 80 seats, I see Anupriya getting hers. And leaving those aside, we will be 6 seats at least minimum plus in UP.
That is, the prediction. At least you're backing your prediction with examples.
No, I'm giving with some data. Tomorrow. I was dead on target in 2014. I was dead on target in 2019. If let's say it comes to only 10% more, 330, or it comes to 323. I'm still on target because we still have 2 phases to go.
You're better than some of the cephologists. वो तो 100 का gap देते हैं at least.
नहीं, cephologists भी कौन है? वो कभी का जो आर्टिकल लिखते हैं ना, मैं कभी सवाल पूछता हूँ. One of my younger colleagues has got the intellectual property. He said, is it a free press or a fee press?
It is. And that is absolutely true.
Yeah, that's the question.
That is. But how do you see, moving on in terms of, we're always saying, okay, opposition, where is the opposition? We need an opposition. Has at least the opposition raised its hand and said, we are here, no, we are alive? Are you a little happy on the...
No, I'm not happy. I'm disappointed because I'll tell you something. The Prime Minister said this not once, but on several occasions. And I have been saying it ad nauseum. In a functioning democracy, the world's biggest democracy, the world's one of the most, vibrant democracies, you need a solid opposition. We don't get it. Because they don't have the numbers, then they'll get up in parliament and start disrupting. We need to be able to function the institutions of parliamentary democracy. And I don't see them. This election, the issues are being raised by us. It should be the other way around. We've been in power for 10 years. They should be raising issues. What is the issue they've raised? I mean, in my ministry, I look at it. Petrol, diesel, they ran out of the thing because we showed that the petrol, diesel price had come down. Gas cylinders, अरे भाई तुम्हारे ज़माने में तो gas cylinder ही नहीं थे. Now we've at least taken this number of cylinder collections gone up from 14 crores to 32 crores. Ujjwala, which we started in 2016, has gone to 10 crore 28 lakhs. Last figure I saw. So what is the issue they are raising?
But petrol prices haven't come down for the user. They may have come down for
No, they have come down for the user. 100% in the last 2 years. They've come down 2% for petrol and less than insisting for diesel. 100% they've come down.
Okay, figures I will...
No, please check.
I'm not good with numbers.
No, I'll be happy to sit with you and...
No, we will do that another time. But the final question to you is, what has been your biggest takeaway from the election in terms... people are saying brand Modi is... you may win, but brand Modi is on a decline. उस तरह का walkover that we had thought of नहीं हो रहा है. The mood on the ground is not that rara.
देखिए, पहली बात तो ये discussion on takeaways is best held after all the 7 phases are over. Because because I'll tell you something. There is a catch here. If I remember correctly, in the 6th and 7th phase, if you take seat for seat, our strike rate was 80% last time. This time, strike rate has to be like that for us to maintain it. Look, 400 par was a sentiment. And I think the Prime Minister beautifully explained that apart from our 303, we had the ND allies, and then we had parties which supported us. Parties in Telangana or Andhra or parties in Odisha. That was it. This time it was a sentiment. And today we use that sentiment as a template against which we did our campaigning. My God, if 540 seats in parliament and you're using 400 par as a sentiment, where is the other side? I mean, when they play mind games, they turned around and said कि BJP की तो 150 सीट आएंगे. I had a very simple question. बाकी 400 किसकी आएंगे? नहीं, बाकी 400 किसकी आएंगे? सबके मिला लो. कांग्रेस 328 सीट लड़ रही है. And by their own reckoning, they are not in the fight there. Other than Punjab, because of the misdemeanors of the Aam Aadmi Party, please tell me Congress is active where? West Bengal? I don't see them. Are they active in Bihar? I don't see them. You ask me about Madhya Pradesh and Gujarat also. I'll say no, Gujarat we will hold. We have total seats. Madhya Pradesh will hold. By the way, I expect us to win Chhindwara also.
That will be the last legacy seat to fall if you win Chhindwara.
I don't know whether...
Unless he joins you after the... कोई बात हुई हो आपकी?
नहीं, मेरी कोई बात नहीं हुई. He was my minister और मेरी बात करना ऐसे उचित भी नहीं होगा. But that's not the issue. Haryana में we will do well.
No, Haryana, the Congress is hopeful.
All right, they will
you've seen, yourself have changed the CM.
No, but I agree with you.
Okay.
But if you are gaining in UP, if you are gaining elsewhere, I don't buy the Haryana story also. Why I don't buy the story? Because I have seen the situation on the ground. And please, the attempts being made, I can do this, I can do that. Delhi में आप 3-4 सीटें जा रहे हैं. One journalist was sitting here asking, मैंने कहा मैं दावे से कहता हूँ 7 सीट्स हमारी यहाँ आएगी. हरियाणा में will also maintain. Punjab में will gain from 2, we will go up to 5 or 6.
Okay. Delhi, I am not agreeing with you, or even Punjab के इतना 50%
चलिए, how much you want to wager?
First interview after the elections.
Done.
Okay. On that note, thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much for this conversation.
For more such videos, subscribe to the NewsX YouTube channel, hit the bell icon.